I want students to understand the importance of following instructions, because computer programs are about following instructions, and the importance of understanding how literal the computer is at understanding instructions, and how there's a lot of bugs arising because we have a different idea about what the program will do than the computer does when it executes it. So this notion of ambiguity and things like that. So I wanted the students to experience that. Now, there could have been a quiz. We could have said, what are computer programs? Are they a list of instructions? Yes, no. But instead, do you remember what we did? We gave them a recipe, being an everyday object that's familiar but has a lot of the characteristics of a computer program. A recipe for cooking Battenberg cake.
Yes, right.
And then we said, take this recipe for Battenberg cake and regard it as a series of instructions to you, and then interpret them as ambiguously as you can. So misinterpret them.
I'm already starting to laugh because
yes,
I remember some of the responses that we got from that, and the fact that it had a sharing component too, and that people were building rapport with one another and motivating each other and doing absolutely hilariously funny things.
Yes.
Cracking eggs against the table and putting the eggshells in the cake. And
it says add 3 eggs, so they just put the whole egg
dump them in.
Yeah, they didn't split the egg.
So it's a lovely hands-on activity to demonstrate this.
And remember, once it said turn the oven to 180, turn the oven to 180 degrees, and they literally turned the oven and rotated it.
The easy thing to assess, the thing that you can assess really easy is an experience which is individualistic to the student and is corrective. That there's some answer that you as a teacher have hidden from the student, and the student has to get the right answer. If the student gets the right answer, you can say, yes, you got it right. Very, very easy to assess. And there's the other kind of activity which is far more transformative, which sort of gives you a much better chance of climbing up to the top of Bloom's taxonomy. And that is that you have different experiences, more personalized experiences between students, and they can then share that, they can get more feedback for that, they can have divergent ideas, they can have things that they can share, they can create discourse, they can create lots of connections and opportunities to have reflective. So
why are we doing this? Are we doing it to get something we can tick off and measure? In our case, no, we were doing it because we wanted the students to change how they thought about something. Yes. And sure, we could have done it as a multiple choice, but at the end I would argue, although that's easy to add up, they got 2 ticks correct on that multiple choice. That doesn't tell me anything about how they've changed inside. I'm sure you remember when you did the HSC or something, walking out of an exam and just forgetting all that stuff you've memorized. You can pass an exam if it's just regurgitating answers. It doesn't measure, it measures how well you pass the exam. It doesn't measure what's inside of you. So this activity, which is about them doing something inside of themselves, them coming up with creative misinterpretations of ambiguity, this can be assessed by their peers. It can be assessed by looking at it. You might not get a number. I didn't marry my wife because of some number. I married her because of a holistic appreciation of her qualities. You can get a holistic set of qualities of how someone's going, and this is more useful for them as a learner. At the end, if you have to produce a number, then you need some squashing down technique like a portfolio or something like that. But
portfolios are a great tool.
Yeah, portfolios are great to do that, but you don't have to squash down at every step along the way. Let's save that till the end when we need a summative outcome. Along the way, our main goals should be formative.
The main goal is a transformational educational experience.
Yep.
The main goal is that the learning is as effective as possible, and the assessment is a way of summarizing all that to make good decisions.